Hello guys, and welcome to Total War Warhammer. It's that time again. We are moving on to the Norsca campaign this time round, and if you guys aren't aware that I did Total War in the past, I have done I think 7 or 8 previous campaigns, most of them on very hard difficulty on Total War Warhammer, last one being I think the Greenskins on very hard. This time round we are moving on to the new Norscan faction that was added into the game in the latest DLC. I pre-ordered Warhammer 2 because I'm totally going to be doing that on the channel as well. Going to be making multiple playthroughs of that with like every single damn faction because I really enjoyed Total War Warhammer, and basically Warhammer 2 is more of the same, just added onto the campaign map. It's beautiful. Can't wait. Either way, this time round we're jumping into the new campaign on the old world with the Norsca tribe. I'm not going to be doing the Wintertooth, unfortunately. There's plenty of other people who are doing the Wintertooth at the moment on YouTube. I just want to do my own playthrough of this DLC, and I'll probably do Wintertooth in my own time. But Norsca is the one I'm going to be sharing with you guys, and let's have a look at the details. So, the Norscans are a race of tough and warlike men, shaped both by the harsh conditions of the north and by choosing to make their home dangerously close to the Chaos Wastes. They worship the forces of the gods, personifying them as the hound, the crow, the serpent and the eagle, and raise dark shrines and make bloody offerings to the ruinous powers. So, our abilities as Norsca are: allegiance to the gods. We provide significant bonuses to Norscan armies through pledging allegiance to specific gods. Monster hunts. We can track, battle and acquire the services of most fearsome monsters of the old world, which is very cool, and we have an aggressive infantry based roster with a variety of cavalry and monstrous units. Exciting stuff. The background is there if you'd like to read it. Let's continue.
My challenge? Undeniable.
So here we have Wulfrik the Wanderer, who is going to be our faction leader and only choice for the Norscan tribe. What we have to do is basically use him to rival or take on other factions in Norsca and in the Northlands, and make them subjugate to us by beating them in battle. So that's what we're going to be doing with Wulfrik the Wanderer. He is a powerful leader and melee fighter. He has the siege attack attribute, which is great, and he has the powerful ability Sea Fang. The Lord effects include extra melee attack for all mammoth units, which is fantastic. That includes all forces, so any mammoth units in any armies will be affected. Upkeep is minus 10% for marauder units. I'm going to use plenty of those. And all units in Wulfrik's army cause fear, which is beautiful. And I hope you're enjoying him pulling a sword out of a giant's eye over and over and over again. His additional starting units are Marauder Berserkers, Marauder Ice Wolf Chariots, and Skin Wolves. We are going to be playing this on very hard. No idea if that's a good idea or not. It's been a while since I played Warhammer, but I'll jump into the deep end. Let's go ahead and start the campaign.
Those in the north are closest to the gods. Their lands lie within the ebbing shadow of chaos. For in the land of monsters and ice, where no crops grow, they have to be. Thus, I have come to guide their raw talent. Why waste such savagery on each other, while the southern lands are ripe for ravaging? Glory to you, Wulfrik, Wanderer of the world. You have returned home a slayer of champions. Yet more battles and glory awaits across the Sea of Claws and in the mountains of Norsca. Around you, the tribes of Norsca hunger for blood, yet they fight amongst themselves. With such rich offerings beyond your borders, you must rally these hardened souls beneath your banner. To the east, the mountains contain great labyrinths and lairs that are home to formidable beasts. Hunt down these creatures, ensnare them to do your bidding, whilst being ever watchful of the nearby dwarfs. To the south, Kislev, ruled by overconfident Tsars. These lands are rich with wealth. Tear these men of the bear limb from limb, opening a path for your masters to aid you in due course. Beyond Kislev lies the Empire. Its bickering states of power are ripe with treasures. Take from these soft southern lands and establish new ports on their shores from which you can raid further. Wulfrik, you are the eternal challenger, and your gods have blessed you with the gift of tongues. Embody their cold, ruthless nature, and set sail aboard Seafang for wrath and ruin. The harsh and desolate wastes of Norsca embrace you into its cold and wintry grip, my lord. Yet it cannot sustain your appetite for war indefinitely. You will need to voyage from this land to raid and pillage. Your gods will gaze favorably upon you for this. Raise in their name, and align yourself with one to be granted their twisted and ruinous gifts.
And here we are, guys, on the Norsca campaign. Let's have a look at how they play. The Northern Marauders thirst for battle, raiding and pillaging the lands across the Sea of Claws under their patron god's ever-watchful gaze. Form an allegiance and devote yourself to one of the gods, be their champion, and raise the world in their ruinous name. So, the gods offer great rewards and bonuses once a significant amount of allegiance has been pledged by erecting great monoliths in raised settlements. Norscan settlements generate only a small income, so their main source comes from raiding and sacking their rivals' lands. To sustain a larger force, you will need to adopt their barbaric nature too. The monstrous Arcanum allows you to embark on wild hunts to track and defeat the most ferocious of beasts. Defeating them grants powerful items and some of the captured beasts to command in battle. Confederate the Norscan tribes by defeating their leaders in battle. This will greatly improve your diplomatic standing with them. And Marauder outposts can be established at conquered coastal settlements outside Norsca, enabling basic recruitment options and locations from which to replenish your armies. Securing major capital cities allows fully developed Norscan settlements to be built and unlocks unique technologies that can then be researched. And there you have it. So that's how they play. If we go into a little bit more detail, we can have a look at what the sort of bonuses of each god gives us. Basically what happens is, if for example we went to Longship Graveyard and we raised it, we would be able to put up a shrine that gives us +6 allegiance with one god, and then -2 with the rest. So basically the idea is you focus on one. Let's have a look at the Champion of the Serpent. So this is the Serpent God. By attaining level 3 allegiance, it will reward us with a Specialist Chaos Sorcerer, Kihard the Tormentor, Lord Recruit rank +5 in all provinces, and -10% upkeep for all units, so pretty nice. Not sure how useful a Chaos Sorcerer will be, honestly, if they're no better than a normal Chaos Sorcerer from the Chaos tribe. And the other thing is, -10% upkeep isn't that great, so Champion of the Serpent, not really one that I'm going to go for. Champion of the Crow, This is the Crow God. That would give us a devastating plague to be unleashed upon the world with our faction being immune. Wound recovery time for all characters is -4. And casualty replenishment rate is plus 20%. Now I think this is a nice bonus, like overall for the plague, but the wound recovery time I've never found useful because I don't tend to lose like units or people. You know, I never tend to lose battles, so having my guy wounded isn't something I plan to do very often, so that's kind of useless to me. And the casualty replenishment rate isn't that useful either because we don't really suffer from attrition that much. So yeah, we're going to have big battles, but I think our normal casualty replenishment should be fine. As for Champion of the Hound, this is the one that I'm looking at the most, honestly, to get in this playthrough. Because this will give us a unique and extremely powerful Hell Cannon battery unit, the Ice-Forged Legion, which will become available from the pool in the Regiment's Renown. We also get unit experience gain per turn plus 100 to all forces. That's all forces in any army. And weapon strength plus 10% for melee infantry units, and that's all forces as well. So that's fantastic. Really nice bonuses that are always useful. Having like super elite men would be very, very nice. So Champion of the Hound is the sort of way I'm thinking of going, because we get like the extra weapon strength at level 1 and the extra unit experience gain per turn at level 2. If we have a look at Champion of the Eagle, this is the other really cool one that I'm kind of tempted to get. Unlocking or becoming the Champion of the Eagle, we gain a Mighty Lord of Change, Azric the Maze Keeper. So that would be very, very cool. I really want to do this in some ways because I think having control of a Lord of Change ourselves would be totally awesome. You can't even do it as the Chaos, so yeah, having that would be very, very cool. And overall, Winds of Magic starting amount plus 20 isn't great, and the plus 20% research rate, that's fantastic, but yeah, overall I'm not entirely convinced. Champion of the Eagle would be very, very nice, but I just feel like overall Champion of the Hound would be better in the long run. We'll decide once we destroy our first settlement and decide to raise a totem for our chosen god. Anyway, here we are. Sorry for the long introduction there. Let's have a look at our technologies. So we have War Tools, which reduces recruitment costs for Marauder infantry units. That would be very nice early on. Extra leadership for Marauder units as well. Very nice early on. Monster Hunter unlocks the Monstrous Arcanum, which is in the bottom right here.
The Monstrous Arcanum houses a collection of the mightiest beasts and monsters that roam the world. Seek them out and hunt them down to acquire their gifts.
So once we unlock that technology, they'll appear in here, and we can basically choose what is a mission to complete throughout the campaign. And there's quite a lot of them, as far as I'm aware. I think there's a total of 8 by the looks of things. That's for a Frostworm, that's for a Mammoth, that's another Frostworm, I think, a Giant, for example. And yeah, those are the sort of things that we're going to be challenging. But early on, I think we're just going to go for War Tools and then go to Sea Marauders Tools, because we're going to be building up our army first.
To the four corners.
I'm going to kind of ignore Longship Graveyard and go straight to Doom Keep. I'm currently at war with Scaling, so we're going to move up here and stand on the border. And then what I'm going to do is just basically get quite a couple of Marauder Hunters with Javelins, and then a few Marauder Spearmen. Great thing about Marauder Spearmen is they have fantastic melee defense, so they stay alive for a long time. Then we can get some Marauder Hunters that are actually decent in melee as well as having their missile damage. So yeah, we're going to go for a combination of Marauder Hunters with Javelins and Marauder Spearmen at the start here. And we're going to go straight towards Doom Keep, where hopefully we can defeat the leader of Scaling, confederate them, and basically take control of Longship Graveyard in the process. That's the plan, at least. So, that was a lot of talking. I've gone through, I think, pretty much everything. Let's have a quick look at their objectives. So the ultimate campaign victory includes attaining level 3 allegiance with one of the gods, defeating all of the challengers sent against you, which is sort of, I think, missions pop up during the campaign where the Chaos Gods send people with armies to basically attack Wulfrik, and you have to kill them. So we'll do that as we go. And we have to destroy Wintertooth, the Empire, and Bretonnia. So pretty simple sort of factions to kill. The Empire can sometimes be very easy to kill. Bretonnia maybe not so much. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Maybe the Wood Elves will help us out with Bretonnia. Not intentionally, but unintentionally. Either way, we're just going to spend a few turns building up our army, and we'll just run over to Doom Keep and see if we can have a battle with them. So just going to continue to get more Marauder Hunters with Javelins. Would also like to upgrade this possibly to get Marauder Hunters and Marauder Berserkers, but not at the moment. So it looks like a few turns of doing nothing, but it's quite simply just to wait for our technologies to finish and to get ourselves some more men. I think the AI will be doing the same, but hopefully if we can match them in numbers, we can outmatch them in tactics in battle. I'm going to go straight to Sea Marauders tools to get the extra leadership for our Marauders, and we can use the reduced price now to recruit ourselves some more Marauder Spearmen and another unit of Hunter Javelins. Great, so that's the last one. Then we'll go travel towards Doom Keep. Okay, full army. Let's get going. Just gonna march on round to Doom Keep. Can't see into Doom Keep, so no idea what sorts of armies they have. And we're gonna jump one more turn. And then next turn we'll probably go into like raiding distance. So if we go into raiding here, we can go next to Doom Keep. And then the turn after we should be able to attack Doom Keep. Although they are currently recruiting. But next turn our recruitment will be finished. Or our research. I don't know if I said recruitment then. Technology research, there we go. And we can go into normal stance and attack Doom Keep. So they have considerably less men than us. We have plenty of these Marauder Hunters with Javelins. If we went into this fight, we would fight both the garrison force and the normal force at the same time. But I think that's okay. I would expect we can deal with it. I'm going to have to focus down these great weapons. The Asavar Frisk dude who's in the garrison army with these marauders with great weapons. Yeah, we're going to have to deal with those. Otherwise they're just going to cut through my spear line. This could be interesting. Let's quick save it and fight it on the battle map. And here we are. So let's get our men sorted out. We'll just go for a Marauder line straight up with the Marauder Spearmen. And then we'll have our normal Marauders on the side. And we'll probably keep... Actually, let's put Marauder Berserkers on the side, why not? And we'll have the last unit of Marauders on the far right. We'll make them all into one group. We'll have Wulfrik stand out in front. Put them in the middle. And we'll make them into a group. Great. Then we're going to have our Hunters with Javelins behind. Maybe have them in front, honestly. Then we can have them engage when we want. We'll have both our Skin Wolves and the chariots on one side. Let's put them into a separate group. We're going to lock both these groups and we're going to march forwards. And off we go. We're just going to speed things up. No idea where these spearmen are trying to go. We have a nice hill here. Maybe they'll come up towards me. I'm going to have to be very careful about how I engage my marauders with javelins, because firing downhill means I might hit my own troops, so I need to probably attack them from the side if I can. Okay, let's do like this. We'll make sure we engage out wide. We'll have Wulfrik run on forwards and just get in the fight there. Okay, we need to make sure that we don't let that happen. We can probably get the skin wolves to attack the marauders with spears there. Alright, let's get these javelins working. So I'm going to move these guys around the side. These ones can attack to the sort of middle here, I think. And we're going to sort of do the like crossfire thing that I like to do, which is where you throw to the opposite side of where your men are. In this case, we could probably just throw straight into the melee. Probably throw into that one, and then these guys can throw into that one. Let's try that. Okay, so we're smashing apart those marauder spearmen. Let's charge them with the chariots as well. Just try and break them on that side. You can see here how they sort of fire across each other. It's really nice. Let's get the spell down from Wulfrik. He does have this Sea Fang ability. Now one thing you may notice is that the game is lagging quite a lot. It's only when I look at like the center of the map. It seems to be like a bug in Norsca. It makes my camera flick around sometimes really awkwardly, so I apologize about that. Hopefully they'll have a fix for it soon. I don't want to get this to hit really nicely. Don't really want to kill off my skin wolves though. Maybe we can fire it in the opposite direction. And we don't really have like a decent line of fire to do this. Unless we just do it straight ahead of us, like so. That might work, and we'll have it go through the marauder hunters with javelins. I'll slow them down. So yeah, I apologise about the lag. On certain flanks it's absolutely fine. But otherwise it's just, I don't know, it's kind of broken in some places if I look at the middle of the map. Right, so let's charge these guys down. We're probably just going to charge into the side of this engagement with the skin wolves. It's kind of awkward because I want to look at the middle of the battle to check out what's going on, so apologies about the pause here. Not sure how effective my spell was, but there we go. Try and throw into this engagement here with the marauders with great weapons. Or even just their marauder spearmen would be nice. Oh yeah, look at those javelins coming in, I love it. Oh, and the side shots are the most beautiful. I think a lot of my men are actually starting to flee though, which isn't ideal. Our skin wolves kind of gave up. It looks like the marauder ice wolf chariots though are doing okay. How's Wulfrik doing? He can probably cast another spell soon, which would be good. Probably crush a couple units here. Okay, the flank here got broken. If we get the javelins to keep throwing into the back of these chaps and have the Marauder Hunters hold them there, should get a nice amount of kills, because those are the upgraded Marauders. On this flank, we're not having the best time. Let's charge back into these Marauder Spearmen. We'll have the Hunters join in there as well. Yeah, again, apologies about the lag. So running down those units. So difficult to control. The thing is, if I zoom in like all the way, it still does it. So it's nothing to do with like the amount of numbers on the screen or turning my graphics down or anything. It's literally just some weird optimization with this map or something. It's very odd. We've nearly dealt with that fella. Although we are being engaged. Let's get these guys to keep firing. Oh, one of them engages the Marauders there. Oh, the enemy lord is wounded. That's nice. Wulfrik is having troubles as well, honestly. But we should be okay. Let's push one of his spells through here. Should finish things off. Look how cool this is. Lovely. That's going to make a lot of them fall back. Breaking their morale. Trouble is, my men are also breaking quite a lot. So we got that to worry about. Currently, though, things are okay-ish. Like I said, we just need to win the battle. If we can get rid of this unit, that would be nice. Oh, we did. Okay, nice. Okay, so we can use... I think I just made my own unit surrender there. Yeah. Let's have Wulfrik move back. Well, this is actually going to be really close. Those guys have to surrender there on that side. Got the skin wolves on them. Over here, the guys are running these down. We'll stop them and we'll try and hit these Marauder Hunters here with a javelin shower. Yeah, we did like a point blank there, which was kind of nice. That might actually make them run away. Get all these guys back. Make sure those guys surrender. Nice. Okay, I think we broke their front line. Just a matter of running down the extra units. Oh, this has been close. We should kill them all off because it was a siege, so... yeah. Bring these guys back. We'll have Wulfrik run into these Marauder Spearmen. A charge into them should do the job. And we'll throw our spell through here. If we can. Yeah, we might not need to. Yeah, just going to try and use that to make people surrender. Definitely doing well though at the moment. It was always going to be close because the unit numbers were relatively even. But I just thought I would be able to outmatch them. Numbers there are low. Let's maybe get these javelins to throw the rest of them onto those Marauder Hunters with javelins there. Just a matter of making the rest of these guys surrender, honestly. Yeah, so they're taking a lot of morale damage from those missiles hitting them. Let's get the Skin Wolves to hit those Marauder Hunters with javelins. And where are our Marauder Ice Chariots? They're over here. Victory is in our grasp. I love it. Guess we lost a lot of troops, but kind of expected to. There we go, they have broken. Fabulous. Job done. We'll end the battle there. A Pyrrhic victory indeed, but got the job done. Some of these kill counts are actually really nice. Wulfrik got 132 kills. I think we might have lost our berserkers, honestly. The chariot there getting 146 kills, barely took any damage. Classic chariots, that's for sure.
You take the head of their tribe, my lord, paving the way for a simple and forceful confederation between you both.
Great, so the tribal confederation is easy enough.
This settlement is yours to do with as you please, whether that be the establishment of a camp to recruit and build from, or to devote it to one of the gods by raising it to ash and ruin, gaining their favor and gifts.
So here we are, we've captured Doom Keep. We're going to occupy it this time round. But as you saw there, you could make those shrines to the gods. We got some nice armor from that. Very nice. And what we're going to do now, if we go into the diplomacy, talk to Scaling, we can say, hey, do you want a peace treaty? And join us for a confederation? You can also pay us all your money while you're at it. So we'll do that. So we'll get 3,000 in payment, we'll get a peace treaty, and they'll join a confederation. Job done. So that's our province secured. Because they gave us Longship Graveyard for free. So now what we can do, we've gained Doom Keep, we're going to upgrade it, we're going to demolish this building, and we may as well upgrade this to a Beast Tanner. That will give us some more income. And then what we'll do is, in Doom Keep, put the... There's like a certain amount of buildings. I'll go over them in the next episode, I think, because unfortunately it has been my time. We did really well with that battle, so that was awesome. We got a few things to do, like start our next research and so on. So yeah, that's all to look forward to in the next episode. But so far, one province secured. First episode, not bad. That was a pretty damn crazy battle, that's for sure, and I apologise again about the lag. Hopefully it won't happen in future. I haven't really been having problems anywhere else in the game like that, but just that particular battle, not entirely sure why. Either way, that's all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.